Biden's husband, as you can see. As they say in Southern Delaware, I'm married up, way up. One of my closest friends in life, one of my closest friends in politics, and it remains my close friend and a close friend of Jill, is the Hoosier of all time, Birch Bide. Birch, how are you? Birch, you should be up here doing the talking. Ladies and gentlemen, Birch and I have been friends for over 37 years. And I tell you what, he is everything public officials should be. We have gone back, and I supported Birch, by the way. I supported Birch in 1972 for president. I supported him in 1976. We were commiserating back there. He said, Joe, we both tried a couple times. We didn't do too well, did we? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Birch. You will appreciate this better than anyone. The reason I am so thankful to Barack Obama for picking me for vice president, I have never heard my wife say such nice things about me in public. So Birch, it was worth the trip just to hear those things. What a beautiful day in Hoosier land, man. We have our next lieutenant governor with us today, Denny Oxley. He's here, back here. Come on, Denny, how you doing, buddy? All these guys you got running there, they're too damn darn good looking. And I also have Congressman Brad Ellsworth. And by the way, speaking of marrying up. And also, I want to thank, by the way, you know, the guy with a real job job in politics, being the majority leader, Russ Stillwell. Russ, we're really supportive. Russ, and we appreciate it, buddy. And ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, you got a mayor who is first rate. I got a chance to have my picture taken with all three of his children. And then Jonathan and I were having a picture taken, and his oldest son said, Daddy, hold up this sign. And he looked over and he had an Obama-Biden sign. So I tell you what, you can tell kids were raised in political families. A beautiful, beautiful family. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to point out what Jill did, that I am literally looking at an early vote location. If you can have the time to come to hear me, as soon as this is over, you can head and vote. Head and vote. And our field office is 2 blocks behind us, and I think you'll find, if you haven't already, we have a remarkable field staff here in Indiana. That's why we're in play. This is not part of the program, and I hope I don't embarrass you, but you have a beautiful city. This morning, while Jill was running along the river and I was walking and running along the river, you all think I'm kidding, don't you? This woman did a marathon. I used to be a heck of an athlete like Birch. Well, no one was as good as Birch, but by the way, he was a great athlete. But Birch, I tell you, it's getting harder to keep up with her. But she's running down along the river, and there was a lovely woman that she ran by her with and said hello, and the lovely woman said, I've got to get this running because I'm going to go hear Joe Biden. She said, well, I know the guy. I don't know what she said. I'm not sure it's worth it. But anyway, she didn't say that. But I know the guy. She said, my name is Sister Jean Michelle. She said, I hope I'm not embarrassing you, sister, if you're here. But she said, she said, I went to early mass. It's a holy day of obligation. You know, it's All Saints Day. And Jill came home and said, Joe, you haven't gone to mass yet. So, Sister Jean Michelle, I made 9 o'clock. I made 9 o'clock mass. And this one, y'all think I'm kidding. I called my mom, who's 91, and lives with me. I'll call my mom sometime during the day, and the first thing she'll ask me, Joe, did you go to mass? So you saved me, sister. You saved me. Look, folks, there's a lot at stake. I don't have to tell you all this. I mean, this magnificent November 1st day here, as beautiful it the outlook for the economy is not so hot. And we've been more isolated in the world today than we have been in a long, long time in terms of other countries looking to us for our judgment. And folks, the question in this election is not, are you better off today than we were 4 years ago? That's a question legitimately asked in the past. But it doesn't have to be asked. Everybody, literally, Republicans and Democrats alike, independents, they know we're not better off than we were 4 years ago. This is, in a sense, the most simple and complicated election in modern American history. Because there is one question, and only one question. Who is going to make us better off 4 years from now than we are today? And ladies and gentlemen, I may be president, but that answer is clear to me. Barack Obama. Where John McCain felt obliged to continue to tell the American people he was not George Bush. Well, ladies and gentlemen, then John McCain last week, for the first time that I'm aware of, started attacking George Bush's fiscal policies and budget policies. Policies that he voted for and has been championing for 8 straight years. However, we Catholics call that an epiphany. Of course, if John had really seen the light, he would have had to acknowledge that this economic crisis is the final verdict on a failed economic policy of the last 8 years. The same economic policy he continues to cling to today. There is not one fundamental disagreement he has with George W. Bush on the economy. Not one. So I know we're not running against George Bush, but we are running against the very Bush economic policies that John McCain is promising to continue. It is that straightforward. Folks, the same policies that have pushed Indiana's unemployment rate up to a 16-year high, while pushing down the average income of the average Hoosier by $4,000. Ladies and gentlemen, John McCain and Governor Sarah Palin John McCain and Governor Palin, I love it when I get back to the hotel late at night after we've had a good day and I'm changing, I turn on the TV and you see John McCain and Sarah Palin on stage together. And John looks at Sarah Palin and goes, "Hey, Maverick." And she looks back and says, "Hey, Maverick, we're the Mavericks." The Mavericks. Well, folks, as my friend, Senator Bob Casey from Scranton, Pennsylvania, United States Senator, to paraphrase him, says, you cannot call yourself a Maverick when all you've been the last 8 years is a sidekick.